This tutorial will show you how to connect PeelCapture to OptiTrack Motive. The first thing to do to connect PeelCapture to OptiTrack Motive is come down here to the device panel and click plus to add a device. Once you've done that, you can select Motive on this drop-down and click add. And now it'll show up in our device panel. Motive is a bit differently set up than other devices that we have in our program, in that the settings for Motive are actually set up in File, Settings, and then Motive. Now that we have this dialog box open, we're going to go into Motive to make sure a few settings are set. So I have Motive open right behind me, and the first thing you're going to want to do is open the data streaming pane, which can be accessed via this button. So once we're here, the first thing we're going to want to do is actually go to this ellipses and hit Show Advanced for a step later in this tutorial. Now, the first two things that you're going to want to check on these settings is one, that the local interface is set to an actual static IP. So mainly just that it's not loopback. If you are having issues connecting to one IP and you have multiple, try connecting to another, because currently Motive only sends trigger signals on one IP address. The other thing that you want to make sure is clicked is this remote trigger on button. Once we have those settings set up, we can go back to PeelCapture and we can look at the Motive settings. First things first, you want to make sure that enabled is checked. And then what you want to do is you want to set the server address and the local address to your local interface. After that, we want to make sure that our protocol is matching our transmission type down here, so they're both multicast. And you want to make sure your multicast address as well as your command port and data port are all the same. So multicast address to multicast interface, and then we have our command port, our data port, which are the same here. And then the subjects is just whether you want the subjects to show up in PeelCapture, just as data for later. And if everything is set up correctly, we should see a connected down here. Now, once you have all of this set up, you can click OK. Now, you will notice that Motive is still white here, but that is because Motive actually you have to record the first time for it to show up as an available device. Once you do that, it'll work going forward. So we can do that here, where I hit record, and you can see that it's recording in Motive, as well as turning this to record and recording in PeelCapture, and I will hit stop. And now Motive is green and ready to record. So if we wanted to record the next take, we can just hit record again. You can see that it is red in PeelCapture, and it is also red in Motive, and we can hit stop. And that's how you connect Motive to PeelCapture for recording.